Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just a real Senior Stoner back at you for your Helix Carta dab of the day. Hello, everybody. Today is Sunday. Whew. The heat wave is gone, at least for today. Persistence. Are you a persistent person? Do you persist no matter what? Let's talk about the word persistent and what it means for people like us. Well, the true definition of persistent is someone who continues to move forward even in the face of obstacles and great difficulty. That is persistent. So, we are persistent people. I'm a pit bull. I don't let go. I don't take no for an answer. That could be called persistent as well. But I think what happens is we have to look at degrees, forks in the road, if you will, of persistent versus pain in the ass. And I'm very serious about this. I know myself. I get overwhelmed with what I'm trying to accomplish sometimes. And it doesn't matter to me how I don't think about how I sound. I don't think about how other people are interpreting me. Mrs. Stoner especially, I just keep on moving through what I am persistent about. Because I have like a dog with a bone. I have my nose on that thing. I have to get it either done. I have to get it stopped. I have to find out the reason. I'm a person that has to know why. I am a person who perseveres. That means even though I'm saddled with all of what I have here, I continue to move through. And many of you do too. And people who persevere are different than people who are persistent. Persistent just keep knocking on the same door. Knocking on the same door. Knocking on the same door. If they say, just keep saying no, knock on the door again. Say no, knock on the door again. Persevere is somebody who maybe even got that response on the door already and persevere to the next thing. So perseverance is a little bit more strategic than persistent. Persistent is somewhat just annoying. All right, do it so I can make you go away. How many times have you heard that? All right, fine. Will you go away if I say yes? Will you go away if I respond to you? Think about it. How many times has that happened to you, any of you out there? Happened to me plenty of times. Persistent is extremely important with health. So is persevere. And I'll tell you why. Let's say you're saddled with an illness. You have to persevere, which means you have to make it through the tough obstacles that the illness or the pain or whatever you're suffering from throw at you. And you have to come out the other side. And persistence is the characteristic that allows you to persevere. Does that make any sense? So these things, these tools, persistence, keep the person who keeps going. Is it a learned thing? Were we trained to do it? Or did we just wake up one day and become dogs with a bone? Become, I won't take no for an answer. What do you think does that? Well, here's what I think. Combination. I think it's a combination of Skinner and Freud. I think it's a combination of who you are genetically. And I think it's a combination of what you're faced with personally. You see, people like us who persevere probably are persistent people. Because if you just lay around and snooze and hang out and don't do anything and don't think anything and have no evolution of thought, not much is going to happen. It's just going to pass you by. So persistence lets you make sure you are not forgotten. Perseverance lets you make sure that you have your own horsepower harnessed to the problem. You're not just reliant on others to help you. So the two P's, persevere and persistence. We've got to do them to the right degrees so we don't become the third P, pain in the ass. And you know what I'm talking about because you can go too far. Let's face it. You can be too persistent and then it becomes an A, which is annoying to the other person. So we have to learn. I would call it moderation. But moderation is not persistent. Moderation is manners. So you don't offend another person. If you're after what you're after, you've got to keep going. You've got to be persistent, manners or not. You've got to persevere, regardless of what it sounds like to somebody else, if it's something you need. Even if you've got to be a third P, a pain in the ass. Because sometimes you just have to get it done, no matter what it sounds like, feels like to other people. Remember something. It's really critical. You are the only person that can really help you. Others are there to guide us and kind of give us a little assistance, but we help ourselves. Be persistent, persevere, and let's try not to be pains in the ass to other people. Let's have our sativa dab of the day. It's going to be Grape Stomper from SoCal Dabbers. Here we go. Put our dab into our Helix Carta. Grape Stomper Diamonds. Here we go. On 2 Blues. Get on that dab train, everybody. Here we go. Cheers. Early morning milk rising. Have a great day. A great day out there. And remember, be persistent. Cheers.